Got someone special here. How you doing, man?
Good. My voice is going.
It's
though.
going.
It's really gone.
Wow, that was worse than before we started.
It's the thing where you stand in a booth for 3 days straight at PAX shouting at people. It does this.
I like to think you're just like, nuclear throne! Hey! Hey, you people on nuclear throne!
It's a hard game, and a lot of people are really bad at it. So you shout at them. You tell them, don't blow up the car.
Yeah, come on.
Don't shoot a thing from nearby with a bazooka. It's that kind of stuff.
It's good stuff. Well, we're going to talk a little about Nuclear Throne, but we also want to talk about, because this is the XSplit stage, we may as well talk a little about streaming.
Yeah.
Because your guys' Kickstarter went live, and part of the Kickstarter, as I recall, was if you reach a milestone, you guys will stream the entire development.
So yeah,
game.
it was it started as a game jam, right? And in the game jam, what happened is we were requested by the organizers to live stream our development, and we liked that so much that later on, when we brought the game back through the whole early access thing, we decided to make streaming an integral part of the entire development. So for 2.5 years, every Tuesday, every Thursday, we live streamed the game's development, like actual coding, actual art creation, all of that.
Yeah.
We streamed it live, and it built an amazing community, just people that really knew what we were doing.
Yeah.
And it was awesome to see people, ask about very specific things, tiny things that they saw us code just a few days earlier, and then every weekend, every Saturday, a new update with the stuff that we created in those live streams went live.
Yeah.
And people could play it, they could talk about it,
That's
and then
awesome.
on Tuesday, we just talk about it again.
I can tell you now, we've had we've had quite a lot of developers coming up here throughout the weekend. And at least 3 or 4, when we've actually got into talking about development and stuff like that, have mentioned that people streaming game development, and obviously Vlambeer have come up, has been really useful to them. Like, in terms of, we even had one guy who said that he did a university course on development, and he was like, I learned nothing. And he was like, from watching your stream and a couple of other people, he was like, I learned how to do it.
Yeah, it's a lot of practical stuff. I think a lot of game development is not as clean as people like to think.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people think that there's like a very set plan and then we do exactly what we think. Well, most of the time nobody knows what they're doing, and we're just hoping that the code that we type doesn't blow up our computer.
Doesn't break everything.
And then I think seeing that in other programmers, seeing that in other game developers and artists, like the sort of like trying around, messing around a bit, that really helps. And also, honestly, game development is fun. I did one live stream with somebody else where he was playing the game, and as he was playing, I was sending him increasingly broken builds, just intentionally. Like, it started with you just had a gun.
How about this one?
And then as we went, instead of a gun, he had a nuclear missile launcher. And then like a few moments later, he had a nuclear missile launcher, and every second, every nuke would split into 3 nukes. And it just completely leveled the level in no time.
Just the game gets to the point where it's just like crashing.
And then later the nukes were shooting lasers as they went, and then later the lasers had like disco colors and were flashing. And
why not?
As we were going, we're just making more and more. And that's like game development for me.
Yeah.
You just sit there and you go like, what kind of ridiculous stuff can I do?
Awesome.
So we have a machine gun.
That was all streamed and stuff.
All live streamed.
Awesome.
We had a machine gun in the game, and then we went like, what about a triple machine gun?
Yeah.
They were like, triple machine gun is cool. And they were like, what about a quadruple machine gun? Like, this is brilliant. Like, we are very smart people.
Yeah.
Like, clearly.
We've worked this out.
We have figured this out. We're going to do a quadruple machine gun.
Yeah. Someone's got to.
It's genius, honestly.
It is. It's genius in the fun levels that you can create in the Throne.
And later we added a Gatling bazooka, and that turned out to be a terrible idea.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it turns out that if you shoot the bazookas and they hit the enemy, the first one explodes, but that actually blows up the second one, and that blows up the third one, and then it just like chain links
back to you
until it blows you up. So we had to like play a bit with those values, but like just sitting there and being like, what would this do? And then it's terrible. That's amazing.
I find that stuff fascinating. I say, even from a lot of the developers here, I think it has been very interesting just for them to be like, oh, right, cool. Like, people, because obviously you're not a completely unknown developer or anything like that. It's interesting for these people to see, like, oh, a company like Vlambeer do this stuff as well. Like, they do stuff where they're like, well, what will happen if I did this?
And then you just sit at the computer and go, like, I should have seen that coming, but, like...
You had to know.
Did not see that coming.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. Game development is really, really fun.
No.
It's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of late nights. But, like, when you see something and it works, like, I can look at my menu screen. I code at that menu screen, with the rest of the team. Like, it works. Like, I can move this stick and it does something.
This was the first thing when you sat down, actually. You sat down and you said, yep, this works.
Yep. It's just very fun. Like,
Yeah.
I made this, and like, for a lot of people, this is just the menu screen. For me, this is like 3.5 weeks of like hitting my head against the wall trying to figure out how to make a menu screen
100%.
that works and looks nice.
Yeah, no, there's a big level of pride in something like that. A guy I share a house with, he's been learning programming as well, also through people streaming it and watching videos on like YouTube and stuff like that. And he made a menu as well, just because that reminded me of it. And I remember him coming into the living room and just being like, "I did it! I've got a menu." And I was like, and even to me, I was like, "Okay."
Yeah.
Because in my head, like even like I do the game talking about game stuff for a few years now, but even in my head, I was like, "That can't be. That's just the menu, right?" And he's like, "It took so long for me to figure out how to do this."
So hard.
Yeah.
Seriously, like it's a dedicated job. Like UI designer is a dedicated job in the industry because A, most people hate it.
Yeah.
Like, it's so hard to do. And then B, making a good menu turns out to be way harder than you think because you're just like, just put a play button there.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, but what if you have 2 modes?
Yeah.
It's like, well, we just put, like, after play, we put, and like, what if the player only wants to play that mode? And you're like, well, then we, wait, yeah, okay. Okay, so we do, so which one do we, like, we actually have a very interesting problem. So I'll put it to the game real quick. One of my favorite bug reports that we got for the game was if you are playing the game, right? Let's see. Oh, that's a crash.
Speaking of interesting bug reports, one of the things is the game will just crash.
Well, that sometimes happens. I don't know what build you have. Let's see. Video games.
Video games. They will do that.
They will do that.
It's part of the fun. But this is exactly what we're talking about. Like, it's sort of like, these things will happen. And it's interesting to see it. Like, for people to be like, oh, so it's not
Here's
just
what
like
I'm going to do. Can I grab this computer?
You can grab that computer.
I'm going to play with keyboard.
There you go. I think that should stretch. There you go.
There we go.
Much nicer.
I don't think we have the controller hooked up properly. So one of the things we found out is that if you pause the game, the default thing it sits on is menu.
Yeah.
So when people pause the game and then continue, what happens
They
is
go back to the menu.
they quit the game and immediately go back to the main menu.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest bug report we got.
That is one of those things that honestly, it's like, I've played a few games where it's stuff like that, where you're like, oh, why did they put it there? So every time, I know it's my fault really for not reading, but I want to just go like bump,
Yep.
and get back into the game.
We fixed it in a patch.
Yeah.
But, okay, so Nuclear Throne, right? Top down, roguelike, shooter game. Really hard to play with a touchpad, so I'm going to be terrible right now.
We'll give you some concessions. You are using a touchpad.
There's 12 different characters that you can select, and each of them has a special ability. That was actually one of the funnest things to design in the game.
Yeah.
So each character we created, we wanted to give them a very specific special ability.
Yeah.
But we also didn't want to do that thing that a lot of RPGs do, a lot of other games do, where there's like cooldowns and like timers. Because we kind of feel like it's, if you make a character and you define them with their special power, you know, you want to be able to do that all the time.
Yeah.
You want to be able to do, because like, if Superman was Superman, but Superman could only use Superman powers like every 3 minutes.
You had a cooldown on the laser eyes.
I mean, like, oh yeah, my laser eyes, yeah, sorry, they're recharging. Like, you'd be like, give me a few minutes, it'll be right there.
I can't fly for the next 15 minutes.
That would be kind of terrible. So what we did is we made every ability available always, but that always makes a kind of an interesting design thing, because how do you make this character, for example, who can shield? How do you make that not overpowered?
Yeah, exactly.
And like sometimes it's really simple. So for this character, what ended up happening is if you're shielding, you're not moving. And Nuclear Throne is a game that is really fast, and as you go, things get ridiculous. So if you can't move for a second, that's a big deal.
That's a problem.
So stuff like that was really fun to mess around with. And like, oh god, I found a grenade launcher. Oh god, let's get some distance.
That guy's not gonna give it.
No, no. There we go.
Nice.
That's good. Grenade launchers should feel good in the game. You know? Shotgun should feel good.
100%.
If you're making a shooter game, shotgun is not the best thing ever. It's a terrible shooter game.
I agree. And it seems like it's a kind of difficult art to actually get something like the shotgun to actually, I think Doom, it felt like kind of set a template of being like, oh yeah, this is perfect.
Yep.
Bang.
It's like the kickback and everything.
Yeah.
You need that, like good sounds. You know that sound design is such a big deal?
Yeah.
Like,
no, 100% agree.
You make a shotgun and it sounds like pew.
Yeah, rubbish.
Like, it just doesn't feel good.
It's not a shotgun,
but like, you know that's actually a balancing issue. If you make a shotgun and the sound is weak, people think it's weaker.
So people
and they
will
won't
be
use
like,
it.
nah, it's
There
not
were
a very good gun.
multiplayer games that actually had to manage their audio
Wow.
to balance it better because one team was using very powerful weapons that sounded cool. The other team was using way weaker weapons because the powerful weapons didn't sound
They
good.
didn't sound as good. That's amazing.
It's amazing.
I mean, it
though.
makes sense now you say it as well. It's sort of like, well, yeah, if it sounds all cruddy.
Yeah, then I'm not
I'm
gonna.
not going to use it.
Yeah.
Like, this is clearly a rubbish gun.
If you grab the PFG in Doom, and it just
yeah,
did
and
like, you'd be like, well, okay.
Well, the BFG
Yeah,
is really lame.
that's not
Yeah.
great. I don't want this.
We are going to have to start wrapping up in a minute, unfortunately.
Yeah, of course. I'm just gonna see if I can get to the first boss
Yeah, why not?
and shoot something.
And shoot something.
Shoot something. Oh god.
Joy's
Oh god, the
having a good
maggot is
time.
following me. Get away from me. What is happening? Oh, I missed it. Oh god,
Come
I'm
on.
terrible at this game. Okay.
Trackpad, remember?
Oh yeah.
We gave you that concession. You're on the trackpad.
Blame the trackpad.
Yeah.
Alright, so moving on. So Nuclear Throne is a very hard game, even for the people that made it. We kind of wanted to make that. We wanted to make a game that was hard. Because
Yeah.
if it's hard, you can get better at it. And I think a lot of
100%.
games nowadays just go and give you a lot of stuff. I like that we've seen sort of like a
I was
rise
just
of
about
like
to say,
hard
yeah,
games.
there's a I think since things like this, things like Dark Souls, people have started to appreciate the sort of, oh, I can see what the progression is to
Yep.
understand how to get better at this game.
I can earn it.
Yeah, 100%, which
Here's
is a
the
big
boss.
deal.
First
Right,
boss
let's
of the
see this
game is
boss.
Big Bandit. And with the trackpad, he's not going to be easy.
No.
Oh god. No, get away from me.
You can do this, man.
Get
I believe in you.
No. Oh god. Oh, this is bad.
You've got the skills.
Oh god.
This looks bad, but I still think you can pull it back.
Wait, I found a machine gun. Found a machine gun.
Oh, that is gorgeous.
Pop rifle, lice. Just run through this, destroy everything.
that's
There he
so
is. There he is. Uh-oh.
You got this.
No, I don't.
I think you do. I think you do.
Yeah, I got
You
it.
gotta
I
believe.
got this. I got this. Oh, shield. Oh, that was just in time.
That was nice.
Uh-oh.
That was nice.
Shield more. Run away. I have 3 health left. This is bad. I don't know how to play on the trackpad.
You
Oh,
can do
God.
this, I believe.
Here we go.
Come on.
Oh, that's it. Did you see that dodge?
That was good.
I didn't even do that on purpose. I had no idea that was happening.
You have to say like, no,
Oh,
I
yeah,
did
sorry.
that.
That was great.
That was all you.
That was some pro play right there. Oh, God.
Yeah, almost. It's
I wish I was good at my own game. It's one of those things. One day I will be good at
One
my own
day
game.
you will master the game. Well, thank you so much for joining us, man.
Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, it's not a problem. But I say, do you guys? I say you've obviously the game's still getting stuff added to it, but do you guys
Yeah.
still stream at all or anything like
So
that?
we stream every now and then. It's a bit rarer now because
Yeah.
as we've released the game, it's been a lot of like patching, bug fixing,
Yeah.
make sure the game is right, dealing with the release, dealing with a lot more customer support stuff. So we're a small team. We're just 2 people. So
What sort of setup do you guys have for streaming? Because I say obviously we've got kind of a complicated setup here right now.
So in most cases, we just stream from our office. And
Yeah.
It's literally it's just a monitor, 2
Yeah.
monitors,
Nice.
Logitech, I think, camera, microphone,
Nice.
XSplit, and that's kind of
And that's the thing.
setup.
yeah.
That's all.
Well, that's the good thing, I suppose. Again, it sounds a bit shilly because we're on the XSplit stage, but it's like you don't necessarily need a massively complicated setup in order to do these things. You can kind of just plug stuff into a
When we
PC.
started streaming, we had no idea what we were doing.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was just we hooked up a camera and we thought that the camera and microphone, that would work.
That'd do.
It worked. It wasn't the best thing.
It's functional.
It's functional.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, we upgraded our mic after a few
Yeah,
tries.
yeah.
But you can start with anything, and that's kind of what I like about streaming. Is it's a very level playing field when you start out. You just get going.
100%,
That's cool.
man. Well, thank you so much for joining
Thanks so
us.
much for having me.
It's been a pleasure, sir. We'll hopefully see you again soon.
Hopefully.
Enjoy the rest of the con.
Oh my God, I'm gonna shout at people again.
You've got to go back to that world.
I haven't even earned it because I'm terrible at the game myself.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, man. We'll be back very soon. We've got all sorts of developers coming up for you. There's all sorts of stuff here at PAX South, and we'll be showing you it all. So we will see you very soon. Take care.